Hello, hello. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. So glad to have you here. It seems like each time I come on, I've done a little bit of a change to the set, sort of like window dressing, if you will. I've got a few new things into play, a couple pieces of artwork that I want to show off and point out. First of all, right in behind the diffuser there, we have got a lovely, lovely dream catcher. And then some beautiful artwork, a small mini original canvas. Both these pieces are from a lovely friend of mine who also happens to be an incredible artist and has a website and sells her art, Helen Melonstar Art. I am going to put the link for your beautiful channel in the notes for this video, just as a small piece of gratitude. Now, another thing that I would like to point out, and I'm wondering how well it is showing up on the video, but one of the ways that I am artistic and creative is by connecting with nature and playing with the art of rock balancing. So right here, I have my latest creation. It's sort of a mini one, and it actually is made up of 5 stones balanced one on each other, and then a little extra stone, a little red stone there at the end, just on the just to create a little step on the other piece. And I just love the art of rock balancing. This particular one just sort of, it came across as something sort of whimsical that I wanted to do using some of the rocks that I had previously on the windowsill. I sort of was switching things up, and I used so 3 of the 5 rocks in this rock balancing installation are heart rocks. So I thought that was really quite lovely to have the balancing installation right below the beautiful dream catcher, star catcher, energy catcher, whatever you want to call that, beautiful hand-created piece, and also the diffuser. What is in the diffuser today? Oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember what I just put in there. I literally did it just a few minutes ago. You'd think I'd be able to remember. Perhaps I have it down here. Oh, I do, of course. It is ylang ylang and cypress. Sort of just a combination that I am using today to put in that diffuser. And what I wanted to share with you is sort of what it looks like in choosing different essential oils to support us for our mental health, for moods or emotions, anything that we may be having to be experiencing. How do we know which oils to use and what sort of benefits could we expect from them? So here, as an example, I wanted to touch in on the topic of one of the emotions and energies that I am seeing an awful lot when I venture out into the world. Sort of took a couple of days off because I've been literally exhausted from running errands and being around, just around all the people and all that kind of stuff, and of course physically tired as well. But one of the things that I was really picking up is that people are really stressed. People seem to be under an enormous level of stress, and that is, it's not a really good thing. And I started thinking about, okay, so why is it that some people are more impacted than others with stress? Why is it that now every time of day seems to have that sort of energy and feel to it, that it's, at the end of the day, sort of that rush, when people are getting off work and they've got a furrowed brow and they're maybe less polite and they're just sort of rushing around. That's sort of what I'm picking up out there. And then I also remember that that's a state that I recognize because it's one that I also used to be in at different times in my life. But it's one of the things that I feel learning how to have ways to manage your response to stress so that we are not having the state of stress be our constant state. Absolutely. There are times when things are stressful and we're allowed to have those feelings. Our body, in the piece I was doing for researching, our bodies are equipped to handle stress in small doses, but it is any sort of chronic and ongoing stress, being in a constant heightened state of stress, that is not only unpleasant, but it causes actual harm to every system in our body. I'm going to share my screen with you now because I was looking at an article that I feel demonstrates this really well, and that is stress effects on the body. And this is from the American Psychological Association from November of 2018. And it states that stress affects all systems of the body, including the musculoskeletal, the respiratory, cardiovascular, endocrine, gastrointestinal, nervous, and reproductive systems. So right there, that is what we're talking about. Stress has its physical effect. So being in an ongoing state of perpetual stress is going to take its toll. As I quoted earlier, our bodies are well equipped to handle stress in small doses. But when stress becomes long-term or chronic, these are the effects it can have on the body. So as you can see, it is no question whatsoever that having ongoing unchecked stress it's not good. So this is something that I have been making part of my wellness routine for a long time, and I'll tell you why. In my health journey, I figured out that stress, chronic stress, unchecked stress, would make the autoimmune condition, the inflammatory condition, rheumatoid arthritis, it would cause it to flare. So managing stress, finding effective ways to manage stress, I've sort of made that part of my one of my top health priorities. And also finding those ways, the tools in the tool belt to do that are not pharmaceutical driven. Pharmaceutical driven tools to manage stress is not getting, obviously, to the root cause of the problem. It is masking symptoms. It is having you either not care about them or be less reactionary to them. Whatever it is, it's altering in some way. Those sorts of chemical alterations, if they are helping with this thing that we call stress, it can also come with a way of blocking any sort of spiritual and energy connection, any energy work that you are working on. So you don't really want to have those. And that's not even getting into any sort of side effects. So there's this thing called life. There's these experiences that we are supposed to have. And, that's one of the things right there, that if you can look at these things and instead of being stressors, what are these experiences? What are these lessons? Again, life is a school. So what is this trying to teach us? So that can be one step to moving forward. But in the moment, in the particular time, there are definitely things that we can do to claim back that power and don't allow the stress to overwhelm us. And I think that's something that right now it is like, if you look at the segment of the population that is looking to either the government or the media or whoever runs them for guidance on how to live their life, what's their next step, how and what and where and what they should be doing. If you're following that group for guidance, you're going to be one stressed out individual. Every once in a while, for the sake of keeping up to date and just seeing what is going on in this corner of the show, I will watch some of the updates, seeing what's going on. Not only that aside, seeing what's going on in the comments, it would be very, very stressful to be looking to that and to be involved in that. And so as I'm seeing all of these stressful situations, I'm looking out and I'm seeing that, okay, well, if there are these tools, more people should know about these tools. And so that's what I thought I would give a small demonstration of how to go about picking and choosing an essential oil to help you with a given situation that you're experiencing. So I used stress as the example, but this could be with any thing that you were feeling. I did a celebratory video earlier about this the book that I have, and this is the resource that I'm going to be showing you, just a demonstration of what it looks like to sort of do an emotions consult for finding an oil to help support. So we were talking about being stressed. So in this book, there is several different sections, and I've looked up the obviously the emotion for stressed. So this is what the book recommends. There are several oils, like at least 7 or 8 of them, and they are put in order of their suitability. So this book is great because if you don't have this one particular oil, you can try a different oil. You can go down the list. And then what I like to do when I'm helping either figure out for myself what I want or helping someone else figure out what would be the best to use for them, we go through and we see and we listen to what resonates. Using this book is it's very supportive to get to the root cause of or to the root, to the notes, to the plant to the plant medicine that is going to help. But it takes you also through a little bit of a journey that you're able to explore and dig a little deeper, and maybe use this oil as a start of a healing process for whatever it is that is causing this stress. Again, so you can look at these oils, look at this plant medicine. The reason they are chosen for these particular applications is because of the constituents and the properties that these plants have. So think about it as planting a seed drop by drop as you work with this plant medicine, as you inhale these aromas, as you set the intention to start thinking, feeling, and being in a different sort of frame of mind. These oils will help support you along the way. So that's something that's really, really exciting. All right. So the first 2 oils, the ones that I am going to give a demonstration with for when you're feeling stressed, are Aroma Touch and Serenity. And those are 2 of the blends. And we're going to then look at the descriptions for each to sort of narrow down, of those 2 oils, depending on how someone is feeling, which one would be more supportive at any given time. So I talked about this book taking you into a little bit of a deeper dive. So this is what it has to say about the emotion of feeling stressed. It offers you to ask the question, am I carrying burdens that are not my own? What will it take to live in the present moment and leave the future to itself? What will it take to have realistic expectations for myself? And then affirmation. I am now adopting the belief that all things work together for my good. And I think that's a really a good step. It's coaching piece. Like this book is like a companion, just very much so like messages from oracle cards, working and using for these oils, and then having this allowing us to question. And just like we were talking about, if there is so much stuff out there coming at us to make us be in a constant state of stress or worry, am I carrying burdens that aren't my own? And what if you just allowed to trust that things are going to happen the way they meant to be? And yes, be aware, but you don't need to carry those burdens on your shoulders throughout the whole time, because as we know, that can cause damage to us physically, mentally, and emotionally, with all of those body systems, and just also for the experience of this life, being in that state. It's not a pleasurable state to be. All right, so we talked about the two different oils. It was Aroma Touch and Serenity, and I happen to have them right here. And I'm going to then go and read the descriptions of each of them. And that would be to diagnose which is the one that would match with what the person was feeling in any given moment. Okay, so Aroma Touch, it is noted as the oil of relaxation. It is, it's the massage blend. It's the one that is often used when doing body work. So it always brings back very relaxing, beautiful memories for me. Aroma Touch assists the body in calming and relaxing and releasing physical tension. And on an emotional level, this blend moves an individual from stiffness of the heart and mind to openness and flexibility. It is a blend that is soothing to both body and mind and offers comfort in times of grief and sorrow. So for Aroma Touch, the negative emotions to be able to be released are feeling tense, stressed, rigid, unable to relax, and inflexible. And this oil will assist in bringing forth feelings of being more relaxed, balanced, flexible, comforted, open mind and heart. So if those are what resonates for the stress you're feeling, that would be a really good one to be able to, again, my favorite technique, a drop into the hand, rub your palms together and take some deep breaths. That is the prescription. That is the wisdom of wellness and using essential oils, is to use them and allow them to work, use their chemistry with our chemistry. So the second oil that was recommended is the blend called Serenity. This oil has been such a companion to me on what continues to be my ongoing wellness and health journey. Serenity, a very good companion for sure. And this is the oil of tranquility. Serenity has a powerful effect on the mind and the heart. Its uniquely calming blend invites individuals to relinquish feelings of stress, anxiousness, and being overwhelmed. It can help support those who struggle with an overactive mind and the inability to unwind. From feelings of responsibility to feelings of worry, Serenity assists in quieting the mind, releasing agitation, and inviting calm. So the negative emotions released with this oil are feeling stressed, emotional overload, agitated, restless, anxious, disconnected. And it can bring forth the positive properties of being calm, tranquil, peaceful, relaxed, compassionate, and connected. So depending on which one of those would resonate more, are you feeling tense, stressed, rigid, inflexible, or are you feeling more in emotional overload, restless, and disconnected? That sort of thing. That's one of the examples of the emotions of just sort of narrowing down which oil to give a try to help to support us, to help alleviate those emotions. It's kind of like it's the oils can help to be like an instant remedy for road rage. Do you remember road rage, when that used to be when everyone would get everything all out of sorts and we'd be stomping our fists and shaking our fists and stomping our feet? Well, what kind of rage do we have now? Whatever that is, having an oil with you wherever you are, that you know that you have tried and can help support you, can go a long way to being able to take you from an escalated state down to wherever you need to and want to be helping moving forward. Serenity, in the example today that we were looking up, is the oil that was my rescue remedy for when it came to helping support sleep, helped me get off of prescription medication for that one. I will share that story on another time. And the one that is my rescue remedy to have with me when I am out in this world of ours is an oil called Balance. That also deserves a video. But today, that was just a little example. I hope this finds you well. And I'm going to see what else I've got going on. A series of ongoing wisdom of wellness when it comes to using essential oils to support our mental health. Okay, see you next time. How can I support you? If you are being called to get started with oils, click on the link in the description of this video for 20% off your first and future orders and a personalized package to welcome you. You are also welcome to reach out if I can help guide you along your journey and to answer any questions you may have.